This is a video review from the National Writing for Children Center for the children's picture book My Shadow, which was written by Robert Louis Stevenson. It was his poem that he wrote and has now been illustrated by Sarah Sanchez. And this book comes from Sky Pony Press, which is an imprint of Sky Horse Publishing. And one of the things I like about the book, as with all of the Sky Pony Press hardcover books, is they come with these beautiful dust jackets, but if you remove the dust jacket, you've still got a pretty cover. You know, sometimes you'll get a book with a dust jacket, and when you take the dust jacket off, all you've got is a plain cover. And you know, when kids read picture books over and over again, the dust jacket's not going to last that long, so you want to be sure you've got the pretty cover as well. The books also have colorful end papers. In this case, there aren't any illustrations in the end papers, but they're just colorful end papers. But this poem, which was written by Robert Louis Stevenson in the 1800s or so, has been illustrated now by Sarah Sanchez. And the book, the story, the poem, is all about shadows, this little boy in a shadow. And I like the way she's illustrated these different positions the little kid's in and where his shadow is when he's doing that. And I think that this book could be really cute for a number of reasons for preschool kids and early elementary kids, you know, studying their shadow, also poetry, learning rhyming words, that kind of thing. And so it's really cute for that reason. I also like that many of the pictures in the book are done on double page spreads, and that's really good because if a teacher's reading a book aloud to an entire classroom of children and wants to show the book to everybody as she's reading, then, you know, double pages like this to illustrate things are easier for kids in the back of the room or the back of the little crowd that's sitting there listening to her. It's easier for them all to see. So you'll see at each of these illustrations the little boy's shadow is somewhere. And as I said, it's a poem, so it says, I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. And you'll notice that there are things in this book that you don't naturally expect. For example, the illustrator has made this cat just afraid when the cat sees the shadow of the little boy because it looks like some big huge insect or something after her. So that's always fun when the illustrators can kind of take liberties with the text and make some unusual fun things in the illustrations. Then you go to the next page and it says, he is very, very like me from the heels up to the head. And then we see how the shadow changes. And I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. So kind of, you know, humanizes the shadow where he's not really us, but he's part of something of us. And so that's kind of fun for kids too. So I think the book could be fun for kids to examine their shadow. Where is your shadow at different times of the day or in different places? The teacher could, you know, do a lesson on shadows. But the book sort of comes to a conclusion with a little surprise ending when the little boy goes out. He says, one morning very early before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. And you notice it's nighttime here, and so we don't see a shadow there. But if you read the ending of the book, which I'm not going to give away because I think it's really cute, we'll see what happens to his shadow and why it's not there with him. So real cute little book from Sky Pony Press. Can be used to teach rhyme and also help kids learn a little bit more about their shadow. You can order this book from Amazon.com, and I think that when you do, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get free shipping. So that's a really nice thing to order from Amazon Prime. So again, the book is called My Shadow by Robert Louis Stevenson and illustrated by Sarah Sanchez.